kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, who has got to be the most sexist, white supremacist dick I have ever seen in my life. Watch this.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
I fucking hate him.
It's unbelievable that at a time, this last football cycle, where all of these women are attracted to the NFL because of Taylor Swift. Right. And here's this incredibly successful woman, Taylor Swift, that has this amazing work ethic. And then I forget that this type of person exists everywhere. And this is evangelical Christianity. What he said is so disrespectful, to such a large portion of women. And it's so dismissive. I hope that he is canceled to hell and back. And I feel so sorry that his wife has to sleep with him.
The saddest women on their podcast that have basically aged out of the dating market are now just going on shaming men because a man who's in a high status position, an NFL player, is telling women, you can have a career. It's great that you have a career, but being married is so time consuming. It should be looked at as a duty and a job that should be respected just as much as the career that you have. Why is he saying this? Look at these women on the podcast. I promise you, none of them are married or in happy marriages. Just by the way they talk about this guy, just by their attitude towards what he had to say. This was such a small clip. Let's see what he said.
It's unbelievable.
Successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
I fucking hate him.
They hate him because he wants women to prioritize their children and motherhood. That's a priority, not their careers. But the women that are single, alone, talking to each other, bitter behind a podcast screen, they've hit the wall. They're 30 years old, telling younger women, hate this guy. He's such a bad example. I feel bad for his wife. She's married to an NFL player that is traditional and religious. This is 0.000 top 1% man out here. The I've Had It podcast. Let's jump in real quick. Just do a quick survey. LDE is showing. What does she call him? She called him a bunch of names.
The Chiefs, who has got to be the most sexist, white supremacist dick.
White supremacist? What? Oh, man. So immediately, his race had nothing to do with any of his comments. And, oh, he's a white supremacist. And he's a dick. Yeah, well, he does have one, ladies. Sorry.
Holy mother of Jesus! She's a man!
Oh man, two 65-year-old chicks who think they are 30 talking about something they have no idea about. Fellas, take notes. If the feminist roasties are mad, that's how you know you are doing something right. Now let's give him a... Let's watch his whole clip. Let's watch some of his
commencement speech season, and that is, of course, usually an opportunity for community leaders to... I mean, some of them...
Controversy. Okay, whatever. You're going to apologize.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting...
Wait.
This is their plan, people. These are demons.
I have that button for that reason.
Now, about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career. Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker. Part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men.
Wait, he can say this? He can say this? And they want him to be canceled because he's saying men are important in the household when you have men literally leaving women single and women are constantly complaining about it. You have 70% of divorces initiated by women. You have kids growing up without both parents, and you're saying that this man should be canceled. He's a white supremacist, a misogynist. He's man-hating because he loves his wife. Dude was about to cry and shed a tear on stage like a man because he thinks about all the sacrifices his wife had to make in order for their children to be raised correctly, so they could understand gender roles. And this is this woman's face. Like, well, if you mean what you say, I guess I did it all wrong. Well, where's your husband, lady? Where's your husband?
So the NFL...
The look of disapproval. So, I guarantee you that teleprompter says scornful look.
This stupid
statement. They said this, quote, Harrison Butker gave his speech in his personal capacity. His views are not that of the NFL as an organization. The NFL is steadfast in our commitment to inclusion, which only makes our league stronger.
Wow, man. Wow. What do you feel about to say?
I realize I'm the only woman at this table. For the record, I don't think any of you are unnecessary.
So you don't think we set the tone?
Okay. Maybe I take it back. She's actually. That was a great way to respond. Okay.
It's a lot of dudes. Don't ask my wife that question.
A lot of dudes. But
You know, the thing that's so
that dude is blue pilled. He just gave it away. Don't ask my wife that question because she hates me. You're married to a woman that hates men. You're married and you're making a joke about it. You already know what he has to deal with at home. You already know the kind of woman he married.
An alpha female.
He just sits down and he plays along. Good boy.
Breathe air.
Good boy.
to me about this is it just feels like such a huge step backwards in our culture. And I interviewed John Bolton one time, and he said something that really struck me, which is, he said, Mark, there is no arc to history. Progress is not guaranteed. And that's what strikes me. But, you know, I keep thinking we're so past this, and yet here we are again.
Like advisor of George Bush and John McCain.
Back in the 50s.
Here's why there are people who hold those views in America, and no comment.
This is why nobody watches the news. You see, no comment. He can't even say what he really wants to say. I can't talk about the degradation of men. I can't talk about how society is emasculating men. I can't talk about how men are being more feminine. I can't talk about gender roles because then I'll lose my job. I'll get canceled. You have a guy here who's saying we're going back in time. Oh, you're talking like in the 1950s. Meanwhile, this has been around since the entirety of all history. We see the degradation of the way men are treated in today's society. We see the court cases unfolding in real time. We see the reasons why women are choosing to divorce and leave their men. Oh, it's emotional instability. Because you have no control over your own emotions. Why do you have no control over your emotions? Because you're taking on the same stress of a man and the same stress of a wife. And what are you doing? You're just cooking your guy right here. He has to sit here like a good little boy and say, don't tell my wife that. Well, don't ask my wife that question because she definitely hates men. Yeah, I'm sure she'd choose the bear over you too, bro. I'm sure she would, right? You have literally no balls. You have no balls. And every guy on this panel, unfortunately, they're all castrated. They're all castrated. There's no sense of masculinity right here, right?
You need to do what you're supposed to do.
33-year-old woman that's been single for 7 years crying about being single. Why are women doing this? And how many guys did she pass on to get to this point? Wow. 6-minute video. Sheesh.
I'm not someone that posts or cries or anything on the internet, so this is a new one for me. I guess I need girls to rally with me and lift me up because I feel so defeated right now. I've been trying to meet someone, just anybody worth my time for years. And dating apps are so awful. I don't need to explain to you how awful the dating apps are. So I've been trying to meet people in public, and they're still trash when I do randomly meet people in public. But tonight takes the cake. Last week I was I'm part of an app that you can basically get invited to these events, and there was a comedy thing coming up, and I bought a ticket, thought maybe I'll meet people here, maybe I'll meet a guy, or just meet people in general that I can become friends with, and then who knows what could happen. And let me just tell you how this went. I show up, it said limited seating, get there first, it was an open bar, and in my head, I'm a prompt person, so I got there 20 minutes beforehand, and I happened to be the first person there. Okay, kind of weird, but okay. They tell me, since it's an intimate thing, try to sit in the front row because it's going to be hard to get people squishing through there, and it's a sold out show. Okay, that's fine. I sit in the front row, and it's about showtime, and I'm realizing nobody else is in the front row. It's just me. Everybody's filled in the back, every row's filled with all the couples, of course, and then it's just me. I guess people some people of course some people are going to drop out and not show up, but the host of the show comes up to me really quickly and mouths thank you for sitting in the front row, and she proceeds to go up onto the stage and pointed out had everyone clap for me for
they violated her for being the only single one in the front row by herself. What a trooper, showing up to a comedy show by herself while you're trying to find love at a comedy show. And now the wall is hitting you slowly. The wall is caving in. The anxiousness, oh my god.
Being brave enough to sit in the front row, and that was fine. I get it. People are afraid to sit in the front row, and I was kind of excited for it when I thought there was going to be people there. And it was just ironic that the reason I was there was to meet people, and it was I was a piranha. So she informed the crowd that I was safe from being picked on because I was brave enough to sit there, and I'm oh, okay.
She gets picked on.
So
she gets picked on.
The next few comics come up, and they both kind of point out are you waiting on people, or what's going on here? And I'm have to admit no, I'm trying to meet people, and again, they're nice, they're not being mean to me about it, but it's mortifying. It's mortifying. And then another comic comes up, and again, it's just you're pretty, but and it's just
damn, they didn't even violate you. I've been up front, first row. They destroy me. What? They roast the crap out of me. What are you talking about?
So by the end of the show, the lady comes up and says that they normally do a raffle to win this prize, because it was kind of at a boutique type thing, but instead of the raffle, she's going to give this thing filled with stuff to the brave young woman who came first and sat alone in the front row.
What is it? What is it?
And then she had me introduce myself. What's your name? Anya.
What's in the bag?
And everybody's as if brave fucking me.
Yeah, this is funny.
And she tells me to make sure to give my email to so-and-so to get some gift card or something. And this is all in front of everybody. And I just I know nobody's sitting there oh my God, look at this girl. But it's just, it feels like such a slap in the face. And I'm not even mad at the comics. I'm not even mad at the lady. I would probably think the same thing. But
okay.
Just for this point in my life, it just feels Jesus.
I respect that, because she's crying and she's trying so hard not to make herself a victim. This is what they do. They get so emotional. Women get so emotional that they start looking for people to blame. And here she's almost like laying them out, but she's taking it. She's like, no, it's not their fault. I don't hate them. Like like whatever. Yeah, because obviously they did nothing wrong, right? You showed up alone.
Like, I don't want to go out again. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. When I try, like, shit like this happens and dating apps suck. And then I get into an Uber on the way home because I can't go have a drink like I wanted to because I have this giant fucking bag full of shit to carry around. And I get in this Uber and it's this 75-year-old woman with her dogs. And she won't stop talking about her dogs and like how she got an oil change. And
oh man, she sees the old lady being self-independent. Damn, you see that in yourself, don't you?
Tonight, was a comedy show good? And like, I'm being nice and polite, but all I can think about is like, this is gonna be me. Like, and I know that's a worst case scenario.
Wow.
And it's not even like that's a terrible thing to be single all your life, but like,
yeah, it is. You're literally crying in front of the camera because of it. Don't lie.
Can't help but feel like I'm gonna turn into this because I'm never gonna meet someone. And for everybody who's gonna tell me it'll come along when you least expect it.
No, it's bullshit.
I
wouldn't tell you that straight up. I wouldn't tell you that. But you've been listening to those people your entire lives. You've let go of the boyfriends that wanted to make you the wife, but now you want to settle. Now you're going through dating apps. You don't even know what to look for. You don't even know who to follow. If you find a guy you like, why can't you keep him? All this is just, I'm crying, I feel sad, I'm hitting the wall, I'm alone, feminists have sold me a lie, I'm 30, maybe 35. I don't feel too bad for her. Look at her. She's not fat. She's got her nails done. All right, she's got makeup done. She doesn't look too bad. She doesn't look too bad for her age. She's probably a catch for a person her age. What do your standards look like? Why can't you keep a man? There's guys on dating apps. Why are you choosing the wrong ones? Why don't they want to wife you? It is something to do with your personality. You're not taking full accountability as to why you're single at this age. Okay? It's not that you're fat. I don't see no fatness here. It's not that you're out of shape. You don't look out of shape. What did you do? Did you prioritize a career? Did you want to be a mother? Did you really want to be a wife? You're just crying online right now because you're looking into your future and you see, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. You want some sympathy and attention from people online to tell you, the right one's gonna come. Well, here's a hard-hitting reality for you. He's not going to just show up. You need to truly understand what personality traits are unattracting you towards the guy you're with. And from this video, it's hard to tell. She's not that much of a victim. Okay? The feelings she's experiencing right now are the feelings that most women her age are experiencing. I'm not gonna have empathy. All right, I'm not gonna have sympathy for you. I'm not gonna cry because you must have made bad decisions to get to where you're at. That's where you start. And then rewind. If you're a woman facing this reality, why didn't the man want me as a wife? It wasn't the beauty. It wasn't the weight. So what was it about her personality? Did you cry a lot throughout the entire relationship? Did you make him your enemy? Did you actually try to choose a guy with good standards? Did you avoid your father's advice? Was your father even in your life at all? He's the one who's going to give you the reality. And you should sit down, humble yourself, and listen to your father. And if your father's still with the mother, they've been together for a long time, learn from your mother and listen to the father. That's the best advice I can give this girl.
I've been hearing that for like 7 years, okay? I'm so sick of hearing that. There's such a thing as people that just don't find their person and don't get married. So like I'm a realist. And the realist in me is starting to think like,
yeah, that's not realistic. You've got suitors, you're not choosing them. That's the problem. She says, I've got guys on Hinge on dates. I've got guys, I'm going out in public and I'm meeting people in public, but they're trash too. So it's not just them, it's you. It's not that you're single because no guy exists. You're single out of pure choice. You're not fooling anyone.
That's gonna be me.
Yeah, you're not fooling anyone. All right, let's see what people have to say. There are no female incels. Women are single by choice, even if that choice is I won't settle. I'm sure her expectations were entirely reasonable. There you go. High standards. Watched. I'd like my 6-minute refund. I don't get the whole let me go on TikTok and cry strangers phenomenon. Must be lucrative, right? And again, this what's her future looking like? These ladies right here.
For the Kansas City Chiefs, who has got to be the most sexist.
If you don't shape up, that's what your future's looking like. That's a hard reality. Don't forget, guys. If I provided you with any sort of value, entertainment, right, or something that you could actually apply to your life, drop a like on the video, all right, or subscribe.
Jesus.